5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
Welcome rally fans to Accelerate TV. You join us in Cumbria for the Malcolm Wilson Rally, where the BTRDA Rally Championship gets their 2025 season underway. It would be the 48th year of rallying in these Lakeland stages. Held in amongst the stunning settings of the lakes and fells, the rally would offer up a little over 42 competitive miles across 8 gravel stages. Myron Evans would set the fastest time on the opening test in Hopgarten. With Dale Furness alongside in the Toyota Yaris, the pair would record top 3 times on all 5 of the morning stages, to lead the rally by just 2 seconds. Gary Pearson would be fighting it out with Evans tit for tat over the morning loop in his M Sport Ford Fiesta. With Hannah McKillop on the notes, they would record a stage win in Wyckoff, and joint fastest time in Greystokes with Elliot Payne. 11 seconds down on Pearson, Payne and co-driver Patrick Walsh would not only hold 3rd overall, they were also the leading BTRDA Gold Star crew. Payne and Walsh were just a single second ahead of their BTRDA rivals Matthew Hurst and Declan Deere, who would hold 4th in their Skoda Fabia after 5 stages. Having picked up a stage win themselves in the 3rd stage, they were also keeping Callum Black and Pedadier Davis at arm's length, who would round out the top 5. Although Black's morning started off okay, recording the 2nd fastest time in the opening stage in Hopgarten, there would be a slight dip in performance through stages 2 and 5. In the Silver Star, Rob Wright and Mark Fisher would set the stages alight in their Mark II Ford Escort. Posting the benchmark times in the first 2 stages, the pair would lead the charge up until the final stage of the morning in Greystokes. Sadly, here is where they would roll the car, losing a chunk of time and handing the lead of the Silver Star over to David Henderson. Henderson and co-driver Will Atkins were locked in that battle with Wright and Fisher, with just a single second between them on every stage. Henderson would pick up 2 stage wins in 3 and 5, ending the morning leading the Silver Star by over a minute to the Vauxhall Chevette of Ben Jemison. Jemison and co-driver Dave Jackson would have a slower start to their day in the opener, but they soon picked up the pace from stage 2 onwards. Jeff Phelps and Clive Jones would hold 3rd in the Silver Star, having kept their Mark II Escort out of trouble. Lewis Hooper and Reese Edwards would make steady progress in their Ford Fiesta R2. With top 5 times on 4 out of 5 tests, it was a good morning out on these Cumbrian stages. Turning the attention now to the ultra-competitive Bronze Star, the Suzuki Swift of Steve Black with Emily Eason-Page on the notes would open up the proceedings with the fastest time on the opening stage of the day. However, it would be that little green Vauxhall Dover that would be on a charge from the 2nd stage through Coombe. Nigel and Karen Jenkins recorded 3 fastest times in stages 2, 4 and 5 to end the morning leading the way by just 2 seconds over Steve Black and Dylan Fowler Bishop, who were both tied on times overall. Fowler Bishop and co-driver Dan Evans at times matching the pace of Jenkins, with 2 joint fastest stage times in their Nissan Micra. It really was turning out to be close in this battle for the Bronze Star. In fact, after 5 stages, just 5 seconds would separate Jenkins out front down to Dave Brick and Rob Woodhouse in 4th. A further 9 seconds adrift, Ashley Francis Adams and Malcolm Armans would round out the top 5 of the Bronze Star crews in their Nissan Micra as we head into the afternoon loop of stages. Myron Evans held a 2-second advantage over Gary Pearson, with Elliot Payne in 3rd, leading the way for the BTRDA Gold Star contenders. David Henderson, who would benefit from Wright's off, was leading Ben Jamieson by over a minute, with Jeff Phelps 3rd in the Silver Star field. Nigel Jenkins was for now on top in the Bronze Star, with a 7-second gap to Dylan Fowler Bishop, and Steve Black a further 9 seconds back in 3rd. Matthew Hurst and Declan Deere would pick up their first outright stage win in Grisdale South. This would see them take up the 3rd spot overall, where they would eventually end the rally. Their 3rd place finish overall would also secure them maximum points in the BTRDA Gold Star, bringing it home 13 seconds quicker than Elliot Payne and Patrick Walsh, who would have a small spin on the 6th stage of the day. And Icelandic driver Daniel Sigurðsson would round out the BTRDA podium, having finished 5th overall in his Skoda Fabia RS. Out front, the battle for the rally win would come down to a final stage showdown. After leaving the Grisdale Forest complex, Gary Pearson and Myron Evans would be tied on times, heading into the final 7.5 miles through Greystokes. Gary Pearson and Hannah McKillop would take the final stage win here by just a single second, and would therefore emerge triumphant to take the top step of the podium. Welshman Evans alongside Dale Furness would lead the way for the majority of the day, and no doubt would be disappointed to lose out on that elusive first win in the Yaris by such a small margin at the last minute. In the Silver Star, David Henderson would push on home for maximum points, adding stage wins on all 3 of the afternoon stages. Also securing the BTRDA Historic Honours, the final winning margin for Henderson and co-driver Will Atkins would be 2 minutes and 43. Lewis Hooper and Reese Edwards would earn themselves second in the Silver Star Award at the Wilson, making steady progress in their Ford Fiesta throughout the day. Climbing up the leaderboard to take the runners-up spot at the opening round was a great way to begin their BTRDA campaign. Rob Dennis and Andy Boswell would round out the Silver Star podium and secure second in the BTRDA Historics, having finished 40th overall. Ben Jemison and Dave Jackson would leave the Wilson feeling dejected. After scoring top 5 times all day long and looking all set for a good result, halfway through the penultimate stage, a loose electrical wire would see them tumble down the timing sheets, losing around 7 minutes. Barry Jordan would pick up third in the BTRDA Historics. He and co-driver Arl Jenkins would bring that stunning Mitsubishi Galant home in 42nd overall. The final loop of 3 stages would also deliver an intense battle in the Bronze Star. Dylan Fowler Bishop and Dan Evans would make up that time difference to Nigel and Karen Jenkins in the Grisdale Forest complex, winning both stages 6 and 7 to stretch the lead and going into the final stage in Greystokes with a 3-second lead. Although Jenkins would fight back and win that final stage, his efforts were not enough. And so Fowler Bishop and Evans takes the Bronze Star win with a final margin of 2 seconds. Ashley Francis Adams alongside co-driver Malcolm Almonds would round out the Bronze Star podium in their Nissan Micra. They finished around 44 seconds down from the scrap up front. And there we have confirmation of Pearson and McCulloch's overall win by just a single second to Evans and Furness. Hurst and Deere taking the 3rd spot on the podium and maximum points in the BTRDA Gold Star ahead of Payne and Walsh. Henderson's Silver Star win was a great result, with a sizable margin of well over 2 minutes to Hooper and Dennis rounding out the podium. And Fowler Bishop comes out on top of that Bronze Star battle with Jenkins. Just 2 seconds was enough to secure the win.